If I had a piece of silver for every time an underrated game that was inspired by Chinese culture and mythology that was also developed by a Canadian studio got its sequel cancelled, I would have 2 pieces of silver, but it's pretty goddamn weird it happened twice. I am, of course, referring to Sleeping Dogs 2 and Jade Empire 2, the latter of which I ranted about previously and admittedly got quite upset over. I am the Minister of Harmony, so things that aren't harmonious enough, like tragic video game cancellations, bother me to my very core, and make me want to throw a vase from the time of sagacious Tien against a wall. Sleeping Dogs was an open-world kung fu, fighting put a thug's head into an air ventilator kind of game. You were an undercover cop in Hong Kong in a GTA-like world. Noodles, fists, butcher knives, tattoos. These were the 4 elements of Sleeping Dogs. They lived together in harmony, but everything changed when the random shift to a MMO became a thing. We'll get to that later. Sleeping Dogs released in 2012, the year the Mayan calendar ends, so maybe that was a sign of doom already. Sleeping Dogs 2 was going to be set in the Pearl megacity of southern China and was going to use the cloud like the internet kind, not the heavens above kind. Considering this was over a decade ago, it would probably connect to Facebook and you would get bonuses for convincing your friends to buy a pack of in-game noodles for you or some crap like that. But it still sounded good. There were dual protagonists. You played as Wei Shen and Judge Fang. I mean Henry Fang, not Judge Fang. Henry Fang was a corrupt cop or something and was the clank to Wei Shen's ratchet. Yeah, that comparison made no sense, but hey, at least I tried. So think Army of Two mixed with Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I don't think that really sells it. A focus group probably wouldn't like me using that comparison. Okay, so it would be like Skyrim with guns, but with Jade Empire thrown in, and maybe Far Cry with a hint of Katamari Damacy and Twilight Princess? Okay, I'll stop now. I royally suck at this comparison thing. Woe is Minister Sheng. Minister Sheng is better at executing people and taxing them to an inch of their life. Anyway, this game was like Skyrim in a way because of the presence of radiant quests, apparently. So I guess you would be asked to fetch a bowl of rice in Kowloon or something? Beat up some mahjong players while singing karaoke with a triad version of Nazim? This game sounds interesting, but also quite random. The game was also going to use the power of the cloud to rain on your parade by having other players' games affect your single-player game depending on their crime rates or something. Minister Sheng's head hurts thinking about this abstract concept. I guess it would be like a Watch Dogs hacking invasion, but you get a flying kick to the face. Speaking of potentially damaged faces, the face system was also going to return, it being much like Skyrim's fame system. They really should have called this game The Elder Sleeps 2. Doggerfell, get it. Minister Sheng is not a comedian and apologizes for this attempt at comedy. Woe is Minister Sheng. To wrap up this tale of misery, the game was cancelled, probably because it took too much effort and also because it didn't fit in with current Facebook meme trends. The game then, suddenly and rather jarringly, turned into an MMO called Triad Wars. Which sounds like Mafia Wars, doesn't it? See, it's more than just a conspiracy. Facebook was probably this game's downfall, I tell you. Then that got canned, and we got Dynasty Warriors 52 instead. At least I think that was supposed to be the replacement. When the world needed a sequel the most, the franchise vanished. What? No, I did not use the Avatar, the Last Airbender intro as a running gag. Okay, maybe. But the other ministers told me it would be a good way of explaining things. Anyway, Minister Sheng is madder than a black whirlwind about the cancellation of this game. I'm even more mad I wasn't approached to make a cameo. I could have taught Wei Shen about achieving harmony through unnecessarily referring to yourself in the third person and getting mad when people ask you questions, particularly about the pirates and the dam. Like, just close the dam already, or are you too busy kicking puppies in the Imperial City, Last Spirit Monk, or having a high school debate class with John Cleese when you're supposed to be saving the world? Oh, right, back on topic. Kicking dogs. I mean, sleeping dogs. There is some hope for this franchise. A movie is being made, which was announced in 2017 and still has not gone into production, it seems. Oh, it's hopeless. Woe is Minister Sheng. I'm going back to the Imperial City. I'm going to watch a play about sagacious Tien's dog, and then I'm going to sit in a corner and complain about unworthy peasants for 2 hours. That should set me right. Good night, Jade Empire, and audience listening to this rant.